It's not filming. Now it is.
My Happier Holidays cookbook has now gone live on Amazon, which is pretty exciting. And we're working our way through the recipes in that book. One of the most common things I get asked when it gets near to the holidays is how do you make great mashed potatoes? So I'm going to show you how to do it. It's really super simple. Right here, I've got 2 pounds of potatoes. And in the cookbook, I specify, use Yukon Gold potatoes if you can find them. And of course, I got to the grocery store today and didn't have any. So I just, plain old russet potatoes work just fine. And in this pot, on very low heat, I have 3 tablespoons of butter, 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt, and I'm going to add 1/2 cup of heavy cream. And I'm just going to do this so that the cream gets warm and the butter melts. One thing that you can do, which I usually do, is to this warm cream and butter mixture, throw in a couple cloves of smashed garlic or a little palmful of black peppercorns, or you can throw in fresh thyme is yummy, and rosemary, but this is just a simplified version. But if you want to, you can bloom those aromatic flavors in the warm milk and then just run it through a strainer before you mix it with the potatoes. For the potatoes, I went ahead, potatoes will turn brown if you cut them and then let them sit there, so to keep them from turning brown, I went ahead and threw them in the water. But all I did was peel them and dice them up, and they're not very big, about like that. That's 1 inch on one side and 1/2 inch on the other. So, oh, you want that?
No, I want to show it.
Oh,
Yeah, see, so you can get a better look.
okay. I'm throwing that one away now because we all handled it. I'm going to bring this up to a rapid boil, so it's going to be a full boil, and then I'm going to turn it down. Once it hits the boil, I'm going to turn it down to a simmer and set my timer for 20 minutes, because that's all it takes, okay? So I've got my butter and cream just warming over here. My potatoes are going to come up to a full boil, and when we come back, I'll show you one of the tricks to getting perfectly smooth potatoes every single time.
I'm filming.
You are? Are we ready? We're going? Well, our potatoes hit the 20-minute mark, and I drained them. Okay, so our potatoes hit the 20-minute mark, and I drained them and stuck them back in the pot, this hot one. And the theory there is that if they go back into the hot pot and it holds the heat, it helps dry the potatoes more, which makes them fluffier. So, I dropped one. Into my bowl here, I transferred the hot butter and cream and salt mixture. And you can, if you want to, at this point, use a potato masher, which I did for years and years. Or if you make smashed potatoes, which frankly, most of the time I make smashed potatoes. I leave the peel on and I'll throw in just about anything you can think of, onion or bacon or cheese or what have you. And then I just use a potato masher to, and there's, what?
Do that sound effect again.
You like that? But in this case, I wanted to show you how to do mashed potatoes. And for that, I have my ricer. This is a potato ricer called a ricer because, Ricky, how close can you get down here? Can you see the texture?
I didn't know we were rice.
Well, I didn't name it. I don't think you'd want to have a warmer.
I don't know.
That doesn't sound very appealing.
Yeah, but it sounds cooler.
A warmer?
Yeah.
Hey, that sounds like something you do to your pets. Sorry, I gotta break out the warmer. I can't believe I just said that. Please ignore everything I said the past 30 seconds. And ignore anything my son says for the rest of the video. But to make mashed potatoes, if you really want to get them super smooth, a ricer really does a great job. A trick to have a nice fluffy mashed potatoes is not to overmix them, which can happen pretty quickly. So the ricer is great because you really get a super fine texture, and then you don't have to work too hard to mix up your stuff, what's that stuff? Butter and cream. So that's just a little black pepper. You can use white pepper if you have issues with black pepper. I happen to like the way black pepper tastes. And because we warmed the butter and the cream, it will incorporate. Goodness, I don't think anybody's mad.
Oh my goodness.
I think my daughter's just not very graceful. Because we warmed the butter and the cream, they're going to more easily incorporate into that hot potato mixture. And you see already, I've got an awesome texture happening here. So you're going to steam up that camera lens, son.
Well, I apologize. I was just trying to do my job.
So here we go. Now, if I forgot to tell you, when you boil your potatoes at the very beginning, make sure you put about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of kosher salt in there, because if you don't, it will be very difficult to get your potatoes to where they taste seasoned. And of course we add some with the butter and the cream, but salted water really helps make a big difference. Oh my word. Those are freaking awesome. Okay, so if I've helped you at all, I'll save these from Ricky. If I've helped you at all, do me a favor. Hit subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Find me on social media. If you've got a question, ask it in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get to you as soon as I can. I've got a new Patreon page, but you can find this recipe not only on the website, which is throwbillygourmet.com, but also in Happier Holidays, the cookbook to eat, drink, and stay merry, which is now live on Amazon. So you can hop over there and download that. And it's, I think it's what, $4. So 207, I don't know how many recipes, a lot of freaking recipes. So if you want to know how to make perfectly seasoned mashed potatoes every time, now you know the secret.